Tonight on Hip on the Spot News. The Razbam ED dispute gets some internal answers. We dissect the important information that you need to know. The Sinai map Phase 3 update is on the menu for future updates. And we prepare for more goodies in our flight sim hobby. This and more on How I Play. This video is sponsored by Fox3 Managed Solutions. Use our HIP24 coupon code for all your purchases. Hello virtual pilots, I'm Andre Celesti, and tonight we are going to talk about the latest news in DCS world. We are less than a week away from the next major update. Excitement is in the air and we cannot wait to check out all the new additions in our favorite flight combat sim. ED just announced their summer sale running until the 14th of July 2024. Another good opportunity to get a 50% discount on a wide range of modules and terrains. And speaking of terrains, you may have wondered why we didn't mention the Sinai's map update for the next week. Well, let's talk about it. Last year in June, Henri Tech released the Sinai map in early access. We even had the privilege to do a preview thanks to the generosity of the developer and ED. As we know, the map has different phases of development, with Phase 3 on the prowl. Phase 3 includes a lot of new changes and important bug fixes to the map. You can expect a large amount of new airfields and unique scenes and objects with architectural monuments, industrial facilities, and better detail with more typical scenes objects like yachts, towers, and so on. We will get to see improved city textures and assets, new more realistic seabed textures, parking for the F-35s in hangars for Israel airfields, improved scenes for helipads, night illumination and unique objects, and a better placement for trees in the mountains of Israel. Nice! Oh, and they are upgrading the pyramids of Giza and the tombs around the pyramids.
But just beware of the mummies.
What do you mean, Petrovich?
You didn't hear it from me, but there are some hidden stuff there.
Ah, right. Anyway now, we can also expect more military installations in Egypt and Israel with improved ground textures adding more color variety, and oil platforms are also on the menu. So that is Phase 3, and we noticed that we may just see it soon in a future update. Most of you asked if it would be in the next one on the 26th of June. Well, we got a reply by Big Newy saying that they are currently testing and it is probably not in the next patch, but the one after. So this is the reason we didn't mention it before, to be sure we understand that yes, Henri Tech's silence in the last few months doesn't mean that the Sinai map hasn't been in continuous development. By the pictures they just released, they have been busy, and they also let us know that the work will continue for Phase 4. This phase will be the final one for the Sinai project, which will include airfields for Jordan and United Arab Emirates, one for each country. And they are working with rocks and unique places, plus they let us know that the development of a utility in the TDK is required. Well, it's good to know. As always, if anything happens, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything around DCS, and not only. We strive to deliver fast news and extra content focused on the world of military aviation. Moving on, the current situation on the Razbam ED front hasn't changed. They are still working on a solution behind closed doors. But we did got a summary from 9line on the official forum. They mention that there is nothing new to report. While both teams have officially been very quiet due to the delicate nature of issues at hand, there has been some events that have come up and caused concerns. What I like about the post is that 9line tries to explain all the current events and dismiss the speculation in a very transparent way. After a short recap on the current events, they talked about the antivirus programs that are picking up a false positive on some DCS DLL files. Sadly, it seems to be worse on some of the Razbam modules, that as a result has led to fears of issues with the modules. This can be solved by adding the DCS install folder to the exceptions for your antivirus software. This happens from time to time, so this was nothing new. Then they also mentioned the Mirage 2000 and the reported issues including the CTDs. This was an accidental merge of some changes that one of the developers was working on. Once it was identified, the changes were reverted and the issues were solved, although nothing has been noted in the changelog at the time. We also reported on this. Once again, this was not anything related to compatibility with the core game. Then, on the night of June the 12th, the F15E Strike Eagle's radar stopped working. While they have internally identified the issue, no fix has been presented as of yet. But once they have solid news on that, we can rest assured we will hear it. They mention again that this has nothing to do with core compatibility but rather something in the coding of the F15E. So this was ED's update on the previously mentioned situations. And then they are talking about refunds. Oh boy, the refunds. So it seems that while they were maintaining normal refund rules, with recent events they decided to bend a little for those who were frustrated with the issues and how they affected the early access product. ED have been giving a store credit for the value of the F15E when you purchase it. They offered a link where you can leave an open ticket, and I included it in the video description as well. At the same time, they also mentioned that other modules will not be refunded at this time. All of these are out of early access and remain working. Moreover, it is their commitment that no matter what happens, they will do their best to make sure that the modules continue to work into the future. Even more, they understand those of you who remember losing the Hawk. This is not something they intend to do again. Also keep in mind that Steam refunds are based on the playtime of the core game, not the individual module. It is Steam's policy and they handle the refunds. So, it is clear that all modules continue to work, aside from the current radar issue with F15E, which they hope will be addressed sooner than later. All of this information is official, and we don't work with speculations here at How I Play. So, things don't look so gloomy as others may think. I myself won't point fingers around, but as I said before, be very careful with speculations done only for the interest of getting clicks and views. We personally didn't take part in any of it, as you already know. But wait, there is more. Nineline answered one of the most interesting questions that appears time after time on the internet since the Razbam dispute. Is ED broke? Are you ready for this?
This is the time to put commercials, and get more.
No, Petrovich, come on, no commercials. Let's give them the answer.
Alright, but money. What about money?
I think you have enough money. So no, ED is not broke. As he says, Eagle Dynamics is very healthy. And aside from this dispute currently, all other third parties and the ED development team continue to work and push new and existing content out for us. And we cannot argue with that, no?
No, definitely no.
But then the statement could lead us to the next question. Is ED pushing things out because they are out of money? Oh boy. On what planet are we living? Do we need to ask these questions? The answer is again, no. As you see, most of these recent products have been scheduled for quite some time now, into early access last year. And we should know we kept on reporting every year, every month, every week on all future developments. The third-party products are based on when they are ready from their own team. Although some delays happen here and there, nothing has been out of the ordinary, except for more goodies in a short amount of time. And we sure like goodies. As for the question with the F15E sales, meaning why ED keeps on selling the Strike Eagle and the other Razbam modules, it seems that right now they are working within the framework of the legal advice moving forward and not wanting to cause any more rifts or issues. It's a complex process at this point and most likely why it seems to be moving so slowly for everyone. They do mention that this was an unfortunate disagreement that has been going on for quite some time and finally went public. As Nineline can only speak for Eagle Dynamics, he strongly believes that both teams want to resolve this as fast as possible and get back to making virtual airplanes. And there you have it. This is the most recent update on the Razbam ED dispute. I linked the entire thread in the video description. I really do hope things get resolved and we can move on with our amazing experience in the CS world. I know I will. But question is, will you? In other news, Microprose just released in early access Combat Air Patrol 2, but we will cover it in a future video next week. And Moza Racing, one of our sponsors, is about to launch something special for the aviation fans. So as always, stay tuned with us as we will let you know all about it. Only here at How I Play. Thank you all for watching. Many thanks to our patrons that support our channel. And remember to check our sponsors, vrrock for your VR blue light protection and prescription lenses, Fox3 Managed Solutions for the best DCS servers out there, delanclip for your wireless head tracking experience, Moza Racing with their amazing technology, and pimax for the most quality VR headsets that the market can offer. And subscribe to keep in touch with all the latest news on your favorite simulators and games. I am Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.